Story 1. A week ago, I found out my wife has been carrying on a relationship with a man for about 6 to 8 weeks. Our relationship marriage has been bad for a while now. She got to a place in her head where it was past the possibility of reconciliation, she says, or she would not have done this. We have a 3-year-old son, and I have been feeling neglected in the relationship since he was born. My desire for attention was not well received, and I became bitter and got to a point where I was ignoring her and feeling very angry and spiteful. Fast forward to the discovery of this affair, and I have a revelation that I love her and I want to be with her and I want to make things right. She was willing to break off the new relationship for now while we work things through, but keeps reiterating that she wants us to become good friends. She loves me but is not in love with me and doesn't know if she can feel that way again. Despite wanting out for some time myself right now, I am 100% desiring of reconciliation, and it is very hard to hang in with a seemingly diminished offer or friendship and a seemingly low possibility of romantic love. I love this woman with all my heart, and I realize that now. I have made terrible mistakes in ignoring and mistreating her. I know she needs time to process things, but I'm having a really hard time with this rejection right now. I go back and forth about wanting to give up and leave and make it final and stop this agony. I want to give her a chance to take the time she needs, but I'm struggling very much right now. I need a glimmer of hope. She feels bad she can't give this to me. She has very little free time due to being swamped and overwhelmed at work. Has anyone been here? Can time help? I feel like she has gone through and colored all our good memories in a negative light. We need to work on rebuilding fondness exercises. I am coming on too strong, and she feels uncomfortable even holding hands right now, and she feels doubtful of my intentions and ability to change. Trying to take this day by day, but having a hard time standing this limbo. She wants me to learn to respect her as a person and treat her well independent of a romantic relationship. I don't want to acquiesce to a lesser goal right now because I feel like I need to keep up fighting for us. Trying to take this day by day, but each day is a battle, and I've been at the edge and ready to throw in the towel so many times. I think we have a chance when we put some distance between us and this, but it's very hard to persevere without positive feedback. To be clear, she has said that she told him she's not seeing him at that we're trying to work things out. Says he said he understands and wished her luck. Obviously, I am nervous and fearful that he could reach out and tug at her heartstrings, or that she may reach out, or even that she may be potentially lying, but I don't think she is here. I am definitely doing the pick-me dance, and it is not attractive to her. She feels sorry for how this all affected me, but also a lot of anger towards me for pressuring her, for letting us get to the position we were in to begin with, feels she never would have made the decision to do what she did if we had a chance, and trying to juggle all this info and feelings in her head. The overtures on my part feel disingenuous or unsustainable to her. Her main focus on how this will affect us all focuses on our son and how this will affect him. I have been unable to really pay him the attention he deserves right now because I'm caught in this death trap or trying to fix in my head. I definitely need to step back and give this space. She has used the term cake eating herself. She is remorseful. She is not so much self-pity that she was caught as she is self-pity that we were in such a negative state to begin with. Places that blame on me. There are some critical things I said that she harkens back to where I said I stopped trying, and when she tried to tell me her needs and I said she was being unreasonable. These are things like wanting to take care of her without feeling the need for reciprocity. Wanting to be treated like a princess. I tried to say it was an unfair standard. She saw I didn't think she deserved to be treated well. She has some real self-esteem issues. I don't think this was her trying to give herself an excuse at that time. Someone said be prepared to lose the relationship to save the marriage. What does this look like? I've been going back and forth between being overly doting and trying to instill in her fear or the end the way I saw it. Handing her back my ring, saying things I think will give her that OF. I don't actually want this reaction. This is maybe manipulative on my part, but I'm also on a roller coaster where I want to fight for R or leave at various points during the day or even a single conversation. She was willing to go to couples counseling with me. It starts 2 weeks from now, aka an eternity. I was reading about affair fog, and I think or hope this could be mitigated by some Gottman rebuilding fondness exercises. Maybe not. The possibility of a return to her rests in her indecisive hands right now. I am definitely giving off weakness and neediness right now, and she responds somewhat positively to that because she genuinely feels bad and cares about me, but it is not productive on the R front. I have been confiding a lot in her since this happened. It's like I don't have an unexpressed thought for feeling. It's maybe good to have a different outlet. She is worth putting some time in for. I need to work on accepting the situation for what it is and not repeatedly being reshocked that it is even real or feeling panicked into trying nonstop to problem solve and bombarding her with overtures. It's hard to live in this house right now with this going on, even though I did it for a long time thinking also that we had no hope and that I was just here for our son. Thanks all for the replies. I have a lot of conflicting wants right now. Of course I have complaints about the affair. It was her responsibility to end us first if that's what needed to be done, and she was too cowardly to do that. She also says this was done to meet her needs rather than something done to me, but the lies were done to me. Leaving me to watch our son alone for God knows how many hours while she met her needs. That is disrespectful to me as a person. She was feeling legitimately suicidal at one point, I think, and took extreme actions, but also kept this up and kept lying and deceiving. Not a one-time thing. I'm in a confused place, but yeah, I want to get through this in whatever way I need to and move on. I'm scared of starting again, and that is probably fueling this desperation too. I feel really compelled to either move on or repair right now, and I don't think either is the right thing at this point. I need to learn how to be okay without an immediate resolution. Haven't posted in a while, so here is an update. I am sorry if I missed answering some specific questions. I asked her to do the no contact letter or I would file for divorce, and she did it, but she was mad about it and felt like I was being controlling. Said she already talked to him and agreed to keep his distance, and this just felt mean. Her doing it made me feel better for about 5 minutes. I mentioned asking for a timeline, but she acts confused about what details she'd list. She answers specific questions, but sometimes answers evasive. When pressed, she seems to answer truthfully. It told her I want her to decide that she wants to make her goal to repair the relationship. She's too confused right now and doesn't know what she wants to commit to that. She was pushing for separation instead of divorce because she's afraid of the finality of divorce. I see no purpose to taking half measures. She has revealed to me that she has developed some kind of soul aversion to me where if I touch her romantically, she feels very uncomfortable like a stranger is doing it. Based on this info, I get why she is confused and doubtful that repairs will work, and my thoughts are now more towards exit strategy. She has been abused in the park. Somehow was able to have enjoyable sex with the AP for the first time in her life. May have said this before. She has a friend who was a previous romantic interest. Stopped talking to him at my request 8 or 9 years ago because he was competing for my affections for her and it made me uncomfortable. Started talking to him again before the affair. His FB messages were what I found where she was conspiring with him to come up with lies to tell me about where she was. She sees him as a friend only and resented that she stopped talking to him because of me. She wants to keep him as a friend. I tried to be mature and go hang out with us all together. Was okay for a while but blew up on her in the car ride home. I am not comfortable with it and I doubt she will be willing to give him up again. She asked her individual counselor about this guy being her friend, and the counselor told him she didn't see any reason why it was wrong to be friends with him. A fair partner is someone she met on Tinder. She tells the story like she downloaded the app once, deleted it, and then kept taking inching steps towards doing something like, well, it doesn't mean I have to meet him, well, it's just a meeting, etc. I guess this is her justification to herself that it is not a full-on FU to me. I asked if she has any mementos. When pressed, she has some t-shirt from him and is hesitant to get rid of it. Said she would think about what she wants to do. Generally, her sentiment is she wants more time, no divorce yet, but separation if I am unable to stop freaking out and stop bombarding her and pressing her for an answer. She said something like I could go and have sex with someone else if I wanted to because it's not fair, and I hated that idea coming out of her mouth because it sounds like she's hinting at having some kind of awful open relationship I don't want. My hesitancy is that I told her I gave up on her before and that really hurt her and made the marriage feel over. I don't want to reinforce the belief that this can't work because I am not giving her a chance to think or whatever, but I am enabling her cake eating and not working out her thoughts. We're both seeing individual counselors. I started last week. I am trying to switch from Prozac to Wellbutrin. I thought maybe the meds made me emotionally unavailable or the Soul side effects were the impetus for this. Now I think this was probably the wrong move, but I guess we'll see how my mood improves on the new meds. Prozac did not hold me together for this SHT. We have the couples counseling appointment on Friday. I don't know if it's a good or a bad idea. I feel like I have to try. It treated staying with my parents for a few days, but went crazy wondering where she was all the time, plus it's harder to occupy my kid there, so I came back. Right now my plan is to go back to my parents and stay because I feel pessimistic about a resolution, plus she needs time and space to work out her thoughts, and I am just all over her 24/7 wanting to talk about this. She sees separation as part of a possible solution. I just view it as a step away from trying to reconcile. Either way, I'm ready to do it for now. I don't know how long I should give before filing for divorce. Maybe something I should talk to my own counselor about. I don't want to do a nasty divorce because I don't want it to create a harmful environment for my child. I am willing to be reasonable and split stuff up. It's discouraging though because I have most of the money now and she has most of the profit potential in the future, so it puts me in bad shape. No reason to stay or anything though. It is what it is. Should say abused in the past, not the park. General question, would it still be beneficial for me to read the Shirley Glass book individually if we do not reconcile? The comment that she is abusing me has resonated with me since I read it. I agree, and I am angry, and I am thankful to have the anger instead of the hurt right now. Bag is packed and I don't plan on coming back, but I am very impulsive. Thanks for all the support. Story 2 original poster. This will probably be a long post and all over the place, but got to start somewhere. About 8 months ago, my wife decided to start staying up later and later on Discord playing a game. Very popular collection game that is literally never ending. I told her I didn't like going to bed alone all the time, but that was in one ear and out the other. She would be up until 2 or 3 a.m. when work started for her at 9. For almost the last year, I've gone to bed alone every night and was woken up when she got in. I tell her I felt alone and that we are roommates. She says she has insomnia and has a hard time sleeping. First time in 10 years I've heard this. I say the time spent online is not healthy and that she doesn't really do anything to take care of the house either. We get into a fight. She says the time on Discord and game are not a problem, and I say she is lazy and needs to just put effort into anything but that game. 2 months back she lost her job and has decided to no longer work. I tell her when she lost it that we will find something for her. I don't care what she does or how much she makes, just do something. She has pretty much spent all her free time on Discord for the last 6 months at this point, and I'm not real happy to hear she lost her job. I make enough to cover us though. She is in tears and freaking out, but I console her. Fully capable 31-year-old with a freaking PhD, and she is done doing anything productive, but whatever. Won't even clean out crap from our house to sell that has been sitting there for 3 years. The reasons her boss gives are damn near the same I told her about the relationship, not paying attention, following up, not getting to things on time, etc. I tell her that I think Discord helped get her fired and she literally blows up, screams in my face like bloody murder at the top of her lungs, calls me an asshole and she effing hates me.